YouTube family, blessings and welcome back to another video. Thank you for joining me here. Remember to like, to share and to subscribe if you haven't done so before. If you're new to this channel is just a, right now I just call it a reasoning channel. It's just a channel that I come on here and I share my thoughts. I share little wisdom here and there and my opinion on certain things, and I approach this channel like I approach life. I'm not someone who just talks for talk's sake. Like, if I don't have anything to say, I'm not gonna talk. I'm not one of those, attention seeking people who always have like a megaphone just talking. No. I understand that there's a time to be quiet, there's a time to just sit and observe, and that is the same way that I'm approaching this channel. Like, if I don't have anything that meaningful to say or anything that I think would help anyone, I am just not gonna come on here and just talk for talk's sake, So I was here thinking about this 9 to 5 thing, this 9 to 5, where there are a lot of people online, a lot of influencers online who their message is that pretty much if you work a 9 to 5, that means that you are not fulfilling your purpose, or you're not living out your full potential, or if you work a 9 to 5, you're less than. If you work a 9 to 5, you're a slave to the system, you're a slave to the boss, you're a slave to whoever owns the company, you're just a slave, you're just a number. Like, while some of these people see you as just a number, people make it look like say something wrong you do if you are working a 9 to 5, right? So my thought on this whole situation is this. Yes, there are some people who are entrepreneurs, like they have this entrepreneurial spirit, I would call it. They're gifted to do business. They're gifted to just, come up with a business plan and execute it, and it works and whatever. And they're gifted to do that, and that is their gift. Good? But I also believe that not everyone is cut out to be this entrepreneur, in the sense of what people are talking about right now, where you're just your own boss and whatever. Not everyone is capable of doing that. And also, not everyone was designed and created by God to do that. Because God knows everybody have their own function, right? So it's like, think about, as we look and see the kitchen, right? There's a blender, and the blender does what it's supposed to do. It blends, right? There's a toaster. The toaster does it toasts bread, and that is supposed to do, but a toaster can't blend anything, and a blender can't toast bread, because they have different functions. And I believe that as human beings, as created beings, we all have different functions. We all have a different, calling, for if you want to use that word, calling. You understand? So this thing now where, as I said, these influencers are just pushing. Oh, if you work a 9 to 5, you're a slave to the system. This thing, and I think a lot of people are becoming frustrated. Some people who think that they can't figure it out because, they're just working for people all the time. Listen, as I said, if you feel called and you feel led to be your own boss and to do your own business or whatever it is, go and do that. But if you work a legit 9 to 5 job and you work your honest bread, right, and you enjoy what you do, don't let anybody else tell you, say, you are less than because you are working for someone else. That is utter rubbish. And one of the things that sparked me, doing this video, I was watching a video by some other YouTubers. They're called the Francis. That's what the channel is called. A married couple living here in the States. Older couple, I'd say maybe they look like they're probably 50s, 60 maybe. But the husband was there talking, and he was saying that he works. I think he's a janitor at a hospital, and he was talking about the different awards that he got for just being a good janitor, right? And he sounded so proud of his achievements, and the recognition that he got. And I was watching it, and I feel good for him, I feel good for them, and so on. And I was saying to myself, that there is somebody else watching this who probably are thinking, I say, why am I going so far? Why would he want to tell this story? Or why would he want to share this, just being a janitor? Because some people see those jobs as menial jobs, as low tier or whatever it is. But listen, they are essential. They are essential. When it was 2020, during the worldwide lockdown there, and people were locked away and they had to have the essential workers going out. People who were janitors were a part of the group of essential workers. Yeah? Imagine going into a hospital and the hospital dirty. When you look, red things splattered all over the wall. When you look, whether it is something come from upstairs or something come from downstairs, is on the ground all over the place. When you look, the place smell funky. Right? Would you say that is an environment that is conducive to healing or conducive to, someone getting better? Would you consider yourself to be getting good health care if you were in an environment like that? Absolutely not. Right? But someone who don't want to look on that man now that is doing that 9 to 5 and say, guess what? He is not living out his full potential, or he is not doing something that is important enough, or he is a slave to the system. Even though the man are working honest bread and he's doing something, he's offering a service that is essential for us as human beings. So I think I said it before. As I said, if you feel like you're called to be an entrepreneur, if you feel like you're called to be a businessman, a businesswoman, or whatever it is, do that. But there's just a set of people, a set of influencers online who are encouraging people to quit their jobs. Quit your 9 to 5 because you make other people rich. You need to do your own thing. Be wise. Be wise. Like, think it through. Do the maths. Put the pen to the paper. If you're saying, all right, you're supposed to be an entrepreneur, hold on to the 9 to 5 until a time comes when certain things level off and whatever, and you realize that, all right, the business will probably start on the side. You realize that it is profitable enough for you to, all right, put the 9 to 5 aside and focus on that 100%. Because when you're starting a business, many times, especially when you reach a certain stage, it needs your undivided attention. I understand that. But don't just give away your 9 to 5 just because. You understand? But as I said, I realize that now there's a lot of social pressure, in certain circles for people to be their own boss and whatever, and don't work for the man. Don't work for the man. But at the same time, I was watching a video earlier. He was saying that, people who, after you have become a business owner, you see one are going to look employees who are going to be contributing to your business as employees, and they will be working that same 9 to 5 where you are preaching and tell people, say, don't work a 9 to 5 because the company still needs employees. You understand? So I am not telling anyone that, hey, you should be an employee for the rest of your life. But what if the job that you're doing is genuinely a job that you enjoy? You understand? You have some people, especially who work in like the service industry, who work in hotels and that kind of thing. That is what they love. So what if they are not a business owner? Yeah? So what if they work wherever they work and they work there for 25 years, 30 years, even though you don't see how you could do that? Don't knock a next man and say, him not live out him full potential. Or don't knock a next man and say him not live out him purpose, or he's less than or whatever, just because you don't understand it. Everybody is different. Everybody have them function. Everybody have them role to play. You understand? So yeah, man, this thing about if you work a 9 to 5, you're a slave. Rubbish. Right? Because my job as a nurse would be considered to be a 9 to 5 in the sense of it is a traditional job. And some people, them burn out everything. Anything traditional, they don't have nothing to do with that. But at the same time, you're sick and you go to hospital. Who you need? You need the doctor and you need the nurse. Right? And you need the janitor to make sure the room where you're in are clean. Because you don't want an infection. Right? So you see, everybody has their role to play. So I don't know what your thoughts are on this. Are you someone who thinks that the 9 to 5 is beneath you, or you understand that everybody have their own role to play? Leave a comment, yeah? And make we talk. Blessings.